Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality, like the protagonist of Miguel de Cervantes' iconic novel, Don Quixote? This classic tale is a profound exploration of the theme of reality versus illusion, challenging our perceptions and assumptions about what is real and what is merely a figment of our imagination. Enter the world of Don Quixote, a man who willingly chooses to immerse himself in a world of chivalric fantasies. He is a man who blurs the line between reality and fiction, not out of delusion but rather out of a profound desire to live a life of adventure and nobility, a life that is more meaningful and fulfilling than the mundane existence that he was born into. Don Quixote's story is a testament to the power of imagination and the human spirit, a tale that invites us to question our own realities and perhaps to dare to dream a little bigger. Now let us delve into the tale of this deluded knight. Our tale begins in La Mancha, Spain, with a man named Alonso Quijano. Imbued with a passion for chivalric romances, Quijano's life is consumed by these fantastical tales of knights and their noble deeds. So deep is his obsession that he loses touch with reality, his world blurring with the romanticized ideals of knighthood found in his beloved books. A transformation occurs. Quijano, no longer satisfied with merely reading about chivalry, decides to become a part of these stories. He rebrands himself as Don Quixote, a knight-errant ready to serve his nation and revive the long-lost era of chivalry. He dons a suit of armor, however antiquated, and mounts his trusty steed, an old horse he fondly names Rocinante. The final piece in his knightly persona is his loyal squire, a simple farmer named Sancho Panza, who, despite his better judgment, decides to accompany Don Quixote. And so, with his squire Sancho Panza, Don Quixote sets off on his adventure. Armed with his lance and shield, Don Quixote embarks on a series of adventures, or rather, misadventures. Our knight-errant, fueled by the chivalric romances he's read, sets out to revive the age of chivalry, a time he perceives as marked by honor, virtue, and justice. In the labyrinth of his mind, his world is a stage where fantasy and reality dance in a chaotic ballet. He encounters windmills, which through the lens of his delusion appear to him as monstrous giants. Driven by his noble mission to combat evil, he charges at them, only to be flung into the air, a humorous yet tragic illustration of his misguided bravery. Don Quixote's delusions also weave a romantic tapestry around a simple peasant woman, Dulcinea del Toboso. In his eyes, she is transformed into a princess, a damsel in distress, for whom he must perform heroic deeds. The irony lies in the fact that Dulcinea, oblivious to her role in Don Quixote's chivalric fantasy, continues her life as a common country lass. As Don Quixote's escapades continue, they become increasingly dangerous, often resulting in physical harm and public humiliation. Yet his faith in his chivalric ideal remains unshaken. He remains a steadfast knight, battling imagined enemies, driven by an unyielding belief in his heroic destiny. However, reality has a cruel way of asserting itself. Don Quixote's final adventure leads to a heart-wrenching defeat, a jarring collision between his imagined world of chivalry and the harsh reality of the world around him. This defeat brings with it a rude awakening, a return to sanity that leaves him disillusioned and broken. In the end, Don Quixote's dreams of chivalry are shattered, and he returns to reality, only to pass away. His death is not just the end of a man, but the demise of an ideal, a poignant testament to the tragic consequences of losing oneself in the labyrinth of one's delusions. In a span of few minutes, we traversed the life of a man who chose to see the world not as it was, but as he believed it should be. We journeyed with Don Quixote, a simple man who transformed himself into a knight, a beacon of chivalry in an era that had forgotten it. We followed him through a series of adventures and misadventures, some comical, some poignant, but all a testament to his unwavering commitment to his ideals. And finally, we watched as he returned to sanity, a poignant reminder of the fine line between reality and illusion. In the tale of Don Quixote, we are invited to reflect on the power of imagination and the human capacity to shape our own reality. It's a story that challenges us to question, to dream, and to live according to our ideals, no matter how at odds they may be with the world around us. And thus we leave Don Quixote, a man who dared to dream and live his dreams, reminding us all of the power of imagination and the tragic beauty of illusion.